Once upon a time, in a kingdom by the sea, there lived a beautiful princess. Her name is Barbara, and she is the most beautiful of all maidens in the kingdom. Barbara has an old maid whose name is Evian, and Evian is about the most insignificant thing you will ever say. She attended to Barbara's ever waiting call, and while Barbara had a face that would launch 1,000 ships, Evian had a face that would sink them all. Barbara was to get married if a knight would come and save her from this. Now there was a handsome young lad from the faraway kingdom of Kottakinabalu who went by the name of Caspian. Now Caspian was a fine young man, and all the women fancied him. How could they not, when Caspian's eyes sparkled as blue as the Caspian Sea? His golden hair was as yellow as the strands of gold that Rumpelstiltskin drew from his spinning wheel and straw. He was the most gentlemanly gentleman you would ever come across. And this prince is destined to save the princess from the horrifying beast. It is tradition to kill a beast in order to save a princess and live your happily ever after. But this wasn't just any beast. It wasn't just any monster living in a dark cave. It was something much, much worse. Worse than St. George's dragon. Worse than the Sphinx. Worse than Voldemort. This was Zomgards. Now Zomgards was the monster of all monsters. With every step he took, the earth shook and buildings crumbled. His beady black eyes foretold your death. His iron hard shell covered a wrinkly, scaly body. A body as green as the greenest booger on earth. While Barbara was busy playing with her Barbie dolls, the prince went to Evian, the caretaker of the castle and of the princess, before setting off to kill the most horrid beast on the earth's crust. Now the brave prince set out with an appointment with Evian. They met at the back of the palace, and Evian advised the prince that the only way to defeat the turtle is to feed him a rare Turkish delight coming from the candy shop next door. The prince thanked Evian. The prince did so, and then he approached the beast, Zomgards. The prince trembled at the sight of Zomgards, but he decided to hide it. He took the Turkish delight from his dire handbag and showed it to the gigantic monster. And the beast was extremely happy and jumped around like a little puppy. So Prince Caspian fed it, and when he did, he was able to slay the beast. Prince Caspian then successfully reached the beautiful Barbara. So there you go. Your perfect, happy ending. But wait, it doesn't end there. There's more. On their wedding day, while Barbara, the blooming bride, was approaching the altar, and everyone was ever so happy for the knight and the princess, something utterly despicable and unpredictable happened. Evian suddenly bursted into the scene and screamed to the groom, to the prince, "I love thee!" Now you know, and I know, that what she did was a very grave offense and could result in death. But no, this is not what happened. When Evian screamed, "I love thee!" to the prince then dropped whatever he was holding and ran towards her. The prince kissed her right then and there. The congregation was so shocked and disgusted, and everyone's jaw dropped to the floor. But in this story, It is not the congregation that is important, but those two people who love each other. Meanwhile, after Prince Caspian kissed the ugly being, the most unexpected thing happened. Yes, even more unexpected than what had happened before. Evian magically turned into a very beautiful maiden. The king and queen were so shocked to see that this beautiful maiden was no other than their long lost daughter, Barbara herself. After what had happened, all eyes turned to the other Barbara, the one in the wedding dress, and everyone was so shocked about what had just happened. Now, when everyone turned to that Barbara, a giant ball fell from the sky right down in front of her, and the impostor princess vanished mysteriously in a thick fume of smoke. Now everyone was confused, and none of them knew what's happening. But Evian, whom we may now call Princess Narwhal, knew everything. She knew that her spell was finally broken by true love's kiss. She knew that she would never see that wicked witch who impersonated her ever again. And it didn't matter that everyone was confused. It didn't matter that the giant ball that fell broke the cathedral ceiling. It didn't matter that she was wearing old tattered clothes in public. But what mattered to her was that she was finally free. And now, with the man she truly loved. They got married shortly after the incident. And there you have it. They lived happily ever after.